Hey, everybody. Once again, you're listening to the Total Buckets podcast. I'm your host, Felipe. Special night tonight as we do our annual WNBA fantasy basketball draft. I know I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. $50,000 on my head. I'm upset. It's disrespect. Um, no, as you guys know, I love the WNBA. I just don't know why. I don't know why I'm attracted. I know a lot of my friends give me grief about it because, oh, they can't even dunk or play basketball the way men play. Yeah, well, that's the point. Watching women play basketball the way that they can play basketball. It's a different game. It's a different sport altogether. It's more finesse and more about team play and running design plays. Whereas the NBA, obviously, it's all about sheer athleticism and brute force for obvious reasons. So, but now I love the WNBA. I look forward to this draft every single year. Just when ESPN announced that they were going to have the WNBA fantasy, they were going to run fantasy WNBA leagues on their website. I was giddy as all hell can be, and it made me happy. So I think this is our third or fourth annual draft. So with that being said, let's get to it and share the screen. This is the big draft board that you see up there. Yeah. Let's see. Can I make this a little bit bigger? I know that it's kind of limited. Let's see here. Oh, we're 90%. Let's see if we can shoot that sucker up to maybe 125% for those watching on YouTube later on. Oh, yeah, I guess I could scroll in and out, get the ADP if I have to. So it's not the easiest thing to do, and there's not much customization. But it is what it is. We'll make with what we got here. But as you guys can see, let's start with who's in this draft. Balling Sue Bird is Mike Harvey's team. He's from Eastern Washington. He already said that he's not going to be on live on this draft, so that's going to be an auto pick. Tyler P is replacing Angel Morales' team, and he is simply known as Storm Chasers. Give me liberty or give me death. That's Leon's team. Aces up. That's Alex's team. I forget. Oh yeah, I forgot that his team was Aces up. Yeah, Alex had a strong showing last year, so we'll see what happens. Bob Milliken, I think he's a defending champ. Oh, by the way, Leon, the third pick overall, he's a Brooklyn Nets fan from that part of the world. Alex is from Virginia. He's a Lakers fan. Make it make sense. I don't know. And we also have Bob, who's a Pacers fan from Indiana. Give me liberty. I think it's give me liberty or give me death. Yeah, that's Jacob. Jacob and Leon copying each other, but Jacob, a Knicks fan from upstate New York. My team is Sky Towers. Obviously, I'm a Bulls and Chicago Sky fan wearing a Milwaukee Bucks hat. My brother gave me this hat. I figured, well, tonight would be a very basketball centric reason to wear it, so here it is. But my team is Sky Towers. And finally, it's Lobo Cop Robert from Seattle, I believe. And he's just as big of a WNBA fan as I am. He'll be picking eighth. I think that's where he picked last year. Like, this is supposed to be random, but unless people tell me otherwise, this kind of feels like the same draft order as last year. So, if this is going to be the case, I might just have to manually change it moving forward, and do my own randomization. But yeah, this looks awfully familiar. This looks like last year's draft order, but it's good with me. I mean, I've been doing the mock drafts on ESPN. And I like my number seven pick overall teams better than I like any other draft slot. So I'm good. If anybody chimes in, I might as well say it that I'll be targeting Alyssa Thomas. That's a player I had last year. She went to the Phoenix Mercury. She was with the Connecticut Sun last year, but she's with the Phoenix Mercury this year. So I am targeting her in the first round, and then Aaliyah Boston in the second round. Yeah, it does feel like I think ESPN randomization feature just got lazy and regurgitated the same draft order from last year. So I may just have to manually do them for years to come. But it is what it is. I mean, I got Alyssa Thomas and Aaliyah Boston. Let's bring the band back together. I had a very strong showing last year. Aaliyah Boston for the Indiana Fever, even though she is now playing under the shadow of very extremely high usage player Caitlin Clark. I'm talking. I mean, her usage rate is just out of this world, and that's what makes her so good for fantasy games. She's the number two pick overall, mostly because we need three front court players and two guards. So I think front court players like forwards and centers are going to have the most value in this league just because of it's a numbers game. Plus, they're also the most consistent. It's still a big women's game in this WNBA league. But yeah, you think about other guard players with high usage. Enrique Agumbawale, Sabrina Ionescu, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Kalia, well, maybe not so much Kalia Copper, but definitely Skylar Diggins. And they're high usage guards in this league, in a WNBA league. Uh, and Caitlin Clark is like two or three levels above them in terms of usage rate. So the entire offense goes through Caitlin Clark. She's in charge of creating her own shot, dishing to open teammates. Every like I think last year when I was looking into it, there was like a 30 she had like a 35% usage rate somewhere in the middle of the season. The next closest ladies, Arike Ogumbawale and Sabrina Ionescu were like at 25%. So that's how much that offense goes through Caitlin Clark. So it's going to be interesting to see if she elevates her game in this upcoming season. More eyes on her, more eyeballs on her, more than all eyes on Kate. But through it all, the whole point was to pump up Aaliyah Boston, who held her own last year, very consistent, rock solid, double double machine that she is. And she's a double double machine. Alyssa Thomas is a triple doubles machine. So I look very much forward to getting those two ladies. Hopefully the draft kind of goes my way. After that, it gets a little bit murky. It's kind of interesting to see that Angel Reese is the number 11 best player in this format. And yeah, as much as people make fun of the fact that she misses a lot of layups and she has no offensive game whatsoever, she's still projected to average 15 points a game and 13.2 rebounds a game. So that's a you'll take a double doubles machine in the NBA, you'll take a doubles doubles machine in the WNBA game. I just realized that I forgot to rename myself on the call here. There it is. My name's Felipe. So, and then as we get down to the 12th best player according to ESPN's projected rankings, there's Nneka Ogwumike. I'm still learning their names. Nneka Ogwumike. But the one thing I didn't realize when I was doing the mock drafts the last couple of weeks, like, wow, there was a lot of player movement, more than usual, I think, unless I've not been paying attention to as much as I think I have. But there was a lot of player movement this offseason. Just something's going on here. I wonder if it has anything to do with the upcoming collective bargaining agreement talks. But yeah, Ogwumike, I think she was on the Sparks, the LA Sparks last season. Solid contributor, solid player. So I wouldn't be too sad if I end up having to get her and not Aaliyah Boston. If I get with my second round, if I end up getting Angel Reese, I would be happy because I'm a big Chicago Sky fan. So it doesn't tell you anything else. Oh, I can go to complete stats. It's kind of a waste of time here trying to dig through all this. But yeah, she's now with the Seattle Storm. But I just, yeah, she was, oh my gosh, she was with the Sparks for a very long time. Holy moly. Had another solid season last year, 19 points average. Oh my gosh, she was with the Storm last year. Okay, never mind. I always associate Nike with NECA with the Sparks, but I didn't realize that she was already playing with the Storm last year, the Seattle Storms. Okay, well, either way, solid contributor, 16.7 points a game, 7.6 rebounds a game. 1.9 steals a game. I mean, you'll take that. Steals are worth a lot of points in this league, so I'm looking forward to that. We're about 6 minutes away from the start. Let's talk about some more players. Speaking of former Seattle Storm players, Jewel Lloyd is no longer with the Storm. She's with the Las Vegas Aces. Kelsey Plum no longer with the Aces. She's with the LA Sparks. So lots of things are happening here. Dewana Bonner, I thought she was at the Connecticut Sun last year. Now she's with the Indiana Fever. Right? Is that what happened? Dewana Bonner, just a solid veteran. She's been in the league since forever. She's up there in age though, but there's no denying just how good she can be. Yeah, she was at the Connecticut Sun, and before that, she was at the Phoenix Mercury. So kind of doing the Alyssa Thomas thing, but in the reverse. But last year with the Sun, 15 points a game, 6 rebounds. Just a solid contributor, kind of like a small forward type of player. So yeah, I like her game, but she's getting up there in age. As you guys know, I always chase for the youth over the experience. But man, who would be sad to have DeWanna Bonner on their team? Ryan Howard, I'm also looking forward to seeing if I can target in the third round. Paige Becker, so I like to call it Bukers, like Rick Bucher, the a what do you call it? The journalist, the basketball writer, used to be on ESPN. That would be an interesting pick, but with the Dallas Wings, it's all about Arike Ugumbawale, and they also have other pretty good players. So I think Paige Buchers, I don't know if she's good enough to reach those high usage rates that Caitlin Clark showed last season. So that's going to be interesting to see. A forward that I've been getting a lot in the third and fourth rounds, Satu Sabali, very controversial pass, but she's with the Mercury now. From what I remember, I think this she came from the Wings, or was it the Sparks? Let's double check that. Let's get the people the correct information. Okay, so she was with the Wings. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking about somebody else. I wonder. I think I'm thinking about. I'm still learning the names, folks. But I wonder if I'm thinking about De'Erica Hambry, who was with the Aces and got pregnant and gets traded to the Sparks. And now lawsuits are in play. But Sabali, yeah, she was. Yeah, okay, I remember now. I had her on my team last year, but she was very disappointing because she just couldn't stay healthy for and I guess health has been an issue with her, unless 16 games played, 17 games played, 11 games played, unless that has something to do with her playing in Europe. But when she's out there, she can ball. 17.9 points a game last season in limited, in only 15 minutes, in only 15 starts. She was able to average 34 minutes a game, so that's good. More minutes, more chances for production. 5 of 6, 6 rebounds a game. So yeah, that's a good player to have if she's healthy. See what they say about her availability has been Sabali's main drawback over 5 seasons in the league, and 2024 was no different. She appeared in 38 regular season games in 2023, but only 15 in 2024. But I mean, she produces when she's out there. And the problem with her is now she has to share touches with Alyssa Thomas, but I think Sabali can contribute in her own ways. I think she's going to be a good off the ball player for that team, for the Mercury as State. Now that team looks completely different. No more Brittany Griner, no more no, not even no more Sophie Cunningham. Obviously no more oh my God, the name is escaping me. The legendary guard. Uh, this is terrible. Deanna Taurasi, sorry. So yeah, Alicia Gray, I believe she was with the Aces for most of her career. I think now she's with the Atlanta Dream, and they're kind of loaded. So that's going to be an interesting team to look at as the season progresses. But oh, she was with the Wings. Who am I thinking of? Oh, and last year she was with the Dream. So yeah, if you like WNBA action and you want the most accurate information, maybe this is not the podcast to be listening to. But I thought Alicia Gray was with the. Who am I thinking about? Right? Was it Jackie Young then? That's what I'm confusing. Hmm. Anyway, she was with the Dream last year. The last 2 seasons, I should say. As always, she's been averaging over 15 points a game. 15 points a game in the last 2 seasons with the Atlanta team, close to 4.5 rebounds a game in the last 2 years. The occasional assist, averages at least one steal a game. So yeah, lots of good talent. Where it gets kind of murky as the draft goes on, then you got to make a decision about Ezzy McBeggar for the Seattle Storm. Good center, but I feel like she's very limited with how much she can play because she is a center. And I think I just saw something about her. Oh, okay, she's injured right now, but she looks like she should be ready for the opening tip-off. Yeah, she'll be ready to go for the start of the regular season. But where does she? Yeah, but okay, so she played a lot, but she only averaged 30 minutes a game. I guess it's over 30 minutes, so maybe I'm downplaying her too much. But 11.7 points a game, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2.2 blocks. Blocks are worth at what, 2.5 points in our league. So yeah, you should be happy playing her or getting her. But yeah, then you got Kelsey Mitchell, Marina Mabry, Brianna Jones, Natasha Howard, Courtney Williams. These are all players that have some substantial upside, but they have to share the ball with other people. They're not the primary targets. Hell, you can even argue that some of these ladies that I just mentioned, like you can include Natasha Cloud, Alana Smith, Kayla McBride, Brittany Griner. they might be the tertiary or even the fourth option on their respective teams. So, yeah, then it gets murky. Brittany Sykes and Ariel Atkins are definitely two players I'm targeting in the fifth or sixth round, hoping to get those ladies back, especially Ariel Atkins, if she's going to be with the Sky. I'll be happy to get her on the team. Rakea Jackson, solid. I think she was a rookie last year. If she was, she contributed very solidly last year for the Sparks. But yeah, that was a rookie year last year. But again, there's a lot of mouths to feed on the Sparks team as always. Oh boy, that's going to be annoying, but that might be a necessary evil to have. But anyway, I'm flying solo tonight. Balling Sue Bird is on the clock. Mike already said he's not going to be there. Uh, oh, that's funny. Uh, yeah, Tyler's mentioning the whole our old commissioner Angel Morales not being on the team anymore. But let's move on. Yeah, Rakea Jackson. There's a lot of mouths to feed with the Sparks. McCowan. Sorry, not Josh McGowan, but Tiara McCowan. Again, solid player last year too. But the question remains: will she get enough production and touches to be an impact player for fantasy purposes? She only plays about half a game or so. I forgot how many minutes the WNBA plays, but 25 minutes. I think we could safely say that's about 50% of games. She is able to contribute, but limited playing time is as you guys know, it's a killer in all fantasy sports. And did we get our first pick in? Let's see. There it is. AJ Wilson. AJ, is it AJ Wilson? I call her AJ Wilson. AJ Wilson. AJ ones out in stores now. Duh, number one pick overall. Aces up. I don't think Leon is on. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Alex's team. I thought I saw Alex was on board, but maybe he's just thinking. But it's a pretty simple thing to do here. You either get Caitlin Clark or Breanna Stewart. And now I don't see Caitlin Clark's name on the draft board anymore. So, oh, there it is. Okay, so this thing's a little slow on the auto because there's a lot of teams that are on auto draft, so they're all picking fast and furious. Caitlin Clark just went. Arike Agumbawale just went to. I think that's Jacob's team. Oh no, that's Leon's team. Sorry, he went to Leon. She went to Leon's team. I'm butchering the name. I know she doesn't like it when you butcher her name, but I'm gonna call it Nafisa Collier. Great player for the Minnesota Lynx. She goes number four overall. Solid pick by Aces Up, Alex's team. So I'm waiting for Jacob, or I'm sorry, I'm waiting for Bob. Bob's running late, is what he told me, but I'm pretty sure and it's a slam dunk. You got to get Breanna Stewart here. I think even the auto draft will know to do that. Or you get a little risky, get Sabrina Ionescu. Yeah, and now I got to make a big boy decision here. Breanna Stewart or Alyssa Thomas if uh if they become available. But yeah, I don't think Breanna Stewart's getting past Jacob, who's a big Knicks fan and also a Liberty fan as well. So I'm liking my chances of getting Alyssa Thomas again this year. Breanna Stewart obviously just went to Bob's team on the auto draft, so now Jacob's on the clock. Yeah, even if he's on auto, if he were, it's safe to say that Sabrina Ionescu is going to be the next pick here. You could book it, and a lot more teams are on auto than I anticipated. They all wanted to be on the live draft, and then they don't show up. Oh, no, only two. Okay, I don't know why I thought I saw maybe half the league, but only two. That's pretty darn good. And it's not the most popular thing to do is do the WNBA draft, but these guys are on board, and whether they can make it out tonight, it's another argument to be made. But I mean, I told them that this is going to be the date. Be ready for it. No one mentioned any backup dates, so here we are on a Monday night. And yep, Jacob goes with Sabrina Ionescu, and just like we drew it up, I will get my girl Alyssa Thomas. Let's bring it back without hesitation. Let's bring it back. Robert Radich from Seattle. Easy peasy gets Angel Reese at number one. And he's doing a stream on Twitch. So if it's available, I'm looking forward to watching that. Uh, Angel Reese just went. Kelsey Plum goes back to back. So yeah, he obviously likes Kelsey Plum. Obviously, I believe she went to Washington, so there's a local flavor there. I have a tough decision. We just talked about Dearica Hamby, but I really love Aaliyah Boston. I think there's more of a surefire thing than Dearica Hamby. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. This is the way we drew it up. Yeah, Robert says, thanks for adding the offensive rebounds as a category. Angel Reese will fix all her mistakes on the glass. So yeah, she fixes her own mistakes. So I'm hoping I don't regret not getting Dearica Hamby. John Kell Jones, I mean, she's the second banana, the third, fourth banana for the New York Liberty. But I think Boston does enough. She has proven that she does enough, both in the paint and on the glass, to be relevant and be a very consistent player. John Kell Jones just went. So Hamby goes to Gimme Liberty, and I believe that's Jacob's team. John Kell Jones goes to Bob's team, so he pairs John Kell Jones with Breanna Stewart. Wow, that's a powerful. He gets both Liberty players. That's pretty interesting. Neka Ogwumike, sorry, I'm gonna butcher that name all night long. Seattle Storm goes to Aces Up, Alex's team. So now Aces Up has both two very good front court players in Afisa Collier and Neka Ogwumike. Kalia Copper goes to Liberty or Death. So Leon getting two guards. That's very ballsy. Arike Ogubawale and Kalia Copper on the same team. Uh, he's gonna get to pick again pretty soon, so I hope he has a forward in his crosshairs. But yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be a tough one. So we're waiting on Storm Chasers. I forgot who is. Oh, that's Tyler's team from Virginia. He's a what team does he root for? Does he root for does he is he a 76ers fan? I forgot. I could ask him later. He usually roots for all the Philly teams, but this is yeah. Tell me you haven't played, you never played the fantasy WNBA without telling me you never played fantasy WNBA. But yeah, he's a good sport about it. He said, "Well, if you need someone, I'll give it a try and see what happens." So I'm glad he's on board. Okay, pick was made. Jackie Young, you can't go wrong with that. So let's see here. Who did Tyler just pair up with? Oh, Caitlin Clark. So two guards back to back. All right. Well, that was fast. It's back to me now. But before I picked, Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins went, Dewana Bonner, Ryan Howard, Paige Beckers, Satu Sabali. Dang, I thought I could get her back. Oh man. Wow, the cover went dry in a hurry with the talent. This is not the way that the mock drafts were doing it, but oh well. I mean, I guess I'll get McBeggar and hope for the best. We did take a look at her really quick, but I did say that there's like a dead zone somewhere around here, and we just fell into it. I'm gonna take a look at Brianna Jones as Alicia Gray goes. Oh, I can't see anymore, but Lobo Cop is on the clock. Jones was on track for Brianna Jones was on track for her career best season in 2023, but she ruptured her Achilles. 2024 didn't miss any games, but she couldn't quite regain her production from the year before. She averaged 13.7 points, 5.5, so in 27 minutes a game. 29-year-old spent the first 8 years of her career playing alongside a strong forecourt presence like Elisa Thomas. And Jones will have a chance of will have change of scenery in Atlanta in 2025. She'll be playing alongside Brittany Griner and Ryan Howard, so she could still be capable of being productive. But there's a lot of mouths to feed, basically. And Brittany Griner and Ariel Atkins are gone. Boy, oh boy, this is not looking good for me. All right, I'm gonna go for the surefire thing. Let me just read about Natasha Howard. I've liked Natasha Howard for a long time. I don't know how that's gonna her production's gonna bode playing on the Fever. Howard, she exploded. She was have to want about her in the offseason. All right, screw it. Let's just get Natasha Howard. Let's play it safe here. There's a lot of the girls that I liked that got picked up in a hurry. So after I picked up Ezzy McBeggar, Brittany Griner and Ariel Atkins go back to back. So yeah, this it's earlier than I'm used to doing, but we might have to start reaching for certain players. Kelsey Mitchell went, Marina Mabry went. So yeah, we might start reaching for some players. And now is the time to start adding some players on the queue. Alana Smith from the Minnesota Lynx, that's a mysterious player to have. Had a breakout campaign with the Sky in 2023. She maintained her momentum in 2024 after she joined the Lynx. She contributes enough in other areas to give her a solid floor. The Lynx didn't make significant changes to the roster, so Smith should have a chance to maintain her reliable fantasy production this year. Natasha Cloud just went to Aces Up. That's Alex's team. Brittany Sykes goes to Jacob's team. And we're back to Tyler. So I'll add Alana Smith. Kayla McBride now. Just trying to see, is this someone that it's worth taking or not? The Lynx added guard Courtney Williams ahead of the 2024 campaign. McBride continued to be productive. She was productive, wasn't she, last year? Yeah. Let's see here. The 32-year-old has had a high fantasy floor while occasionally flashing some upside, making her a worthwhile target in early or middle rounds of drafts. So Brianna Jones went, Courtney Williams, Alana Smith, after I just read about her, and now my queue is empty. Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of draft. Everybody's gonna be vanilla about things. Suddenly, Tiara McCowan looks really good, but so does Tina Charles, even though she's up there in age. That's a lady I've been getting in a lot of my mock drafts. I would be super stoked if I end up getting her again. So Charles has bounced around the league in recent years, but her on-court talent has been undeniable throughout her career. She signed a one-year deal with the Dream ahead of the 2024 campaign. She is 35 years old, though. That's a red flag for me. But I think the big women, like big men, but big women, the front court players, I think they have more longevity to be productive in the WNBA than their counterparts at the guards position in the backcourt. In 2025, she'll return to the team that drafted her first overall in 2010, and Charles should have an opportunity to take a significant claim in the Suns' front court. And sure enough, that's the only player that's available to me. Yes, it is. So just the way we've been drawing it up. But before I go and pick, Alana Smith went, Rakia Jackson went, Dejanay Carrington went, Chelsea Gray, Kayla McBride, and Tiara McCowan also went. So I'll just get Tina Charles and be happy with it. Wow, I have four front court players. Five? One, two, three. I have no guards. Oops. I have no guards. Oh boy, that's a brain fart on my end. I was so hung up on getting as many forwards as possible that I forgot to pick guards. It's not even. Oh, and then Lobo Cop Radich got my girl Cameron Brink. I get her in every single one of my mock drafts except for this. And now that the real draft is here, I can't get her. So I'll go with the rookie Sonia Citron. It's always risky to pick a rookie, but at this point of the draft, I gotta chase the upside and hope for the best. I think Tiffany Hayes for the new Golden State Valkyrs. Is that their new name? Hayes. I mean, she's gonna get picked up, and she's also 35 years old. So, but she'll likely have ample opportunities to generate fantasy production while playing with some unproven WNBA players. So there's that. But yeah, she got picked up. So Nalissa Smith now no longer with the Fever. She's now with the Dallas Wings. Leonie Fibich with the Liberty. I don't know who she is, but she's there. Tiffany Hayes, I just talked about her. Azura Stevens, can't go wrong with her. And now we get back to Tyler. And now I'm not gonna say I'm panicking, but I'm definitely in desperate need for guards. I'll put Sophie Cunningham. Um, who's Anisha Morrow? I don't think I've seen that name so far. She had a potential lottery pick in this year's draft, but she's a rookie, but she fell to the Sun at number 7 and will join a front court that lost Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, and Brianna Jones. Sign me up. Morrow will have some veterans to learn from, and Tina Charles and Diamond DeShields. Oh, that's where Diamond DeShields went. Morrow should have an opportunity to carve out ample playing time as a rookie, despite being slightly small for a power forward at 6'1". So qualify her at guard. Damn. So she could face an adjustment period on how to utilize her skill set, but it wouldn't be surprising to see her earn a fantasy relevant role. But she's gonna get picked up. So I'm just hoping I get Sophie Cunningham. I mean, that's not a surefire thing either, but at least she's a known commodity. Jordan Canada is still available for the Atlanta Dream. I liked her game for a while, so at least I have that as a backup plan. But yeah, I really dropped the biscuit here. I wasn't paying attention. I was so hung up on getting all the forwards that I forgot that we also have to get guards. Taisha Harris. She was a reserve role for the first few years of the WNBA career. Harris started in 38 of 39 regular season appearances in 2024, and she put up career best averages of 10.5 points, 3 assists, and 1.8 rebounds in 28.8 minutes per game. She put up consistent numbers before the Olympic break, but was slightly more unreliable after the Sun acquired Marina Mabry. Harris will return to Dallas, where she spent the first 3 years of her career, and she'll play alongside Dejanay Carrington, who was also her teammate in Connecticut, alongside with superstar guard Arike Ogunbowale. And then the Wings also expect to select guard Paige Buchers with the first overall pick. So yeah, I'm not liking this. So let's skip that. I'm gonna put Kiki Iriafen. I Iriafen. I'm butchering names tonight, guys. But I'm adding her to the queue. I think she's a rookie. I think she went to USC. Let's check out Jordan Canada, make sure that this is actually a player that we actually do want. She's expected to return. Oh, she's going to be delayed in the upcoming season. Injury plague season in 2024. She missed the first 14 games last year. She was productive, however, when healthy. Her shot volume decreased during her first year in Atlanta, but she still averaged 10.6 points with the Dream. It's my turn. The 29-year-old sustained a right knee injury during the preseason that will force her to miss the start of the regular season. However, once she's healthy, she could see increase up. Okay, great. So, and the guard that I wanted is gone. Boy, oh boy, I really screwed the pooch here. Laisha Clarendon is available, but she doesn't do much for me. Erica Wheeler, maybe. Maybe I'll just skip guard for now. Yeah, I'll just get the rookie forward from USC, and I'll still keep looking for guards. Julie Vanloo, oh God, Golden State Valkyrs, but she might be. Oh, she's limited playing time. Valkyrs, with the while Golden State will also have Tiffany Hayes, Kate Martin, and Veronica Burton available out of the backcourt. Vanloo should have a chance to carve out a fairly prominent role that makes her an intriguing fantasy option heading into the second WNBA season. I may not have a choice, but all right, screw it. I'm just gonna get Canada, and yeah, I like Jordan Canada when she's healthy. So, and then I guess I have no choice but to get a guard. But yeah, the draft is basically over. The draft is basically over. We're down to our last pick. This usually goes by really fast and furious. Only 15 minutes, mostly because people are just either on auto draft or they're just selecting best player available. So let's see. Monique Billings is also available, but she's going to be gone. What's her story? Roller Coaster Campaign in 2024 was released by the Sparks to everybody's surprise. She'll get a fresh start with the Valkyries in 2025 and she'll have a chance to compete for a starting role. If Billings serves mainly as a starter with Golden State, she should be fairly trustworthy fantasy option. Yeah, we can add her to the queue. Maisha Hines Allen is a player I kept switching in and out of my lineup, out of my roster. She appeared to be a top fantasy option after breakout campaigns in 20 and 21, but she's fallen short of potential over the last 3 seasons. So she's basically the Kyle Pitts of the WNBA. She could have trouble in 2025 carving out much production behind Alyssa Thomas and Maddie Segrist. But we got to chase that upside. I guess I'll add Van Loo into the mix. Kayla Thornton is available, but she's a forward. I don't need any more forwards. And but she does look promising. Yeah, I may have to just do a trade against my will. I hate making trades, but I may not have a choice here. Kia Nurse is also available. I've been seeing a lot of Kia Nurse lately. After operating, where's she playing at? With the Sky. Okay. Mainly as a starter earlier in her career, Nurse was limited to part-time starting duties with the Storm and Sparks over the last 2 seasons. Production took a hit as she averaged just 6.8 points a game in 20 minutes per game. Nurse signed a one-year contract with the Sky during the offseason. She'll likely have to compete for a starting role this spring. However, it wouldn't be surprising to see Nurse come off the bench since Chicago also brought back Courtney Vandersloot and acquiring Rebecca Allen during the offseason. Nurse has some scoring talent, especially from the perimeter, but it seems unlikely that she'll see enough playing time to be a reliable option in 2025. Speaking of Rebecca Allen, what's her story? I'm kind of interested now. Rebecca Allen, Sky, appearing in all 40 games in 2023. Uh, Allen had an injury play season with the Mercury in 2024, just 18 regular season appearances. This is going to be her fourth team in as many seasons. Allen played a career high in 2024 at 24.8 minutes per game, had a bounce back season as a scorer and rebounder. She wasn't as productive on the defensive side of the ball, and she'll be likely be limited while playing alongside Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. Allen isn't particularly dominant in a single area, but her overall production gives her some late round fantasy appeal. I mean, screw it, let's go. Rebecca Allen, my last pick of the draft. So yeah, this draft went hard and heavy at the end, but the team I got is that Sophia or Cynthia? What's her name? Sonia Citrone, the rookie out of Notre Dame, as my number one guard. Just the way we drew it up. But Jordan Canada, who's gonna have a late start to this year. Alyssa Thomas, though, Aaliyah Boston, what's her name again? Ezzie McBegor, Natasha Howard at my front court, Tina Charles on my bench, and so is Ki Iriafen. I want to say she's from USC, but let's see. Iriafen should provide immediate front court protection for the Mystics. Oh, she went to Stanford. My bad. Wait. Oh, she spent her first three collegiate seasons at Stanford, but transferred to USC following a breakout junior year, and she remained dominant with the Trojans. Okay, so she went to both Stanford and the the Cardinal. I'm sorry, the USC Trojans. Natasha Mack is Miss Irrelevant. She was the last pick to Storm Chasers. That's Mike Harvey's team, so I'm pretty sure he's happy with that. Getting back to my team, and then the last player on my was Rebecca Allen. Is there anything else that this that is provided by ESPN? Doesn't look like it. No, so no who got the best draft, none of that. But yeah, I might have to make a trade. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I do need a guard. But luckily for me, I have plenty of forwards, so yeah, that's yeah, that's me trying to do trying to call the draft and also trying to make my picks, and yeah, drafted too many forwards and I got stuck with all the scraps. But I like Citrone, the rookie from Notre Dame. I do like Canada. I didn't realize that she was hurt though. But she's supposed to return by May 24th. The season starts May 16th. Let's see here. Friday, May 16th. Oh, so she might play a couple of games in the first period, hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, I might just be stuck with Rebecca Allen unless I can make a trade in the next couple of days, which I may not have a choice but to make a trade. So yeah, this was a hard one. But you know what? I'm happy with my front court players. I'm sure things will turn around. Yeah, and unfortunately, they do this for baseball and football. They give you like a draft grade, but they're not doing it right now for this thing. But I haven't gotten any emails from ESPN saying that the draft is completed. Here's your grade. I like to share that with you guys, but it is what it is. What's this thing? Thank you for participating. Yeah, what I got in front of me is just yeah, it's just the basically the draft board. Yeah, and for me to look up, well, I guess I could. This is actually not a bad design. Maybe I'll look into it really quick. I have some time this evening. Obviously, yeah, they don't no grades. That's disappointing. Come on, man. Just because it's a WNBA, we don't get any grades, ESPN? What's up with that? Hmm. Anyway, just a quick glance on the guard play. Obviously, I easily have the worst backcourt duo. Marina Mavery and Kayla McBride, they don't do anything for me, so I think Bob would have the second worst guard. But who would be the best? I mean, Jewel Lloyd and Skylar Diggins I think Mike Harvey might take that cake on that one. But Caitlin Clark and Jackie Young for Tyler's team. I know it says Angels team, but it's really Tyler's team. Angels not playing this year. Yeah, I would say that maybe the best backcourt duo is Caitlin Clark and Jackie Young for Team Tyler. The best starting forwards and front court players. Robert went with a bunch of gals who don't really have much of a scoring progress, but Cameron they have certain specialties. Cameron Brink is really good at blocking shots. Brittany Griner, I mean, we know who Brittany Griner is. Even at her advanced age, she could still be productive just by brute force and length and physical attributes. And Angel Reese is a rebounder. I mean, she cleans up the glass. Excuse me while I take a sip here. Hmm. Uh, I want to say I have the best three lady front court with Alyssa Thomas, Aaliyah Boston, and Ezzy McBeggar. Let's see who else got drafted. No, I don't think Jacob does. Bob Milliken is interesting. He got both Breanna Stewart and John Kell Jones and paired them up with Satu Sabali. But I don't know. Breanna Stewart is the truth, but it's the other players. They're just. I don't know if John Kell Jones can, if she's always going to be in the shadow of Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu. It kind of is worrisome that she's like the fourth option on that team. We go to Alex's team. I like the first two players, Nafisa Collier and Nneka Ogwumike, but then Elizabeth Williams, who I don't know, I just see a player that plays maybe 27 minutes a game. I might be wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert, but just I know what I like, I know what I see, and Liz Williams just seems like, I mean, she could be productive, but she also is not gonna get a lot of playing time, is how I'm predicting. And then we get to Leon's team. This is a mess. That might be the worst front court in all of in this league. The one Bonner for Team Tyler, Brianna Jones and Rickea Jackson. They don't scare me. And AJ Wilson for Mike Harvey, Alana Smith, and Anisha Morrow. He definitely has the best front court player overall. But pound for pound team by on a three lady team basis, it's all me. Thomas, Boston, McBeggar. I have the best front court. So chew on that one. Let's see what else we got here. The util slot. Okay, Camila Cardoso. I like that, but I also like Natasha Howard. But I think she's gonna take a back seat. But it's a solid player to have at that spot. Chelsea Gray also is pretty good. Ryan Howard, Courtney Williams, and Courtney Vandersloot for Tyler and Mike. But I'm gonna go with, I think maybe Ryan Howard or Chelsea Gray, Camila Cardoso. It's a battle between those three guys, those three ladies with Leon, Alex, and Rob, respectively, getting those three ladies there. And who has the best bench? It's a little intriguing with Monique Billings and Maisha Hines Allen for Team Harvey. But then Tyler got Natasha Mack. So that's kind of interesting. Ooh, Leon. I mean, there's a reason I couldn't get any guards. Leon took all the guards. Brittany Sykes, Dejanay Carrington, and Sophie Cunningham. Those are all ladies that I was looking at to hopefully get back to me as my second guard, and I can't do it because Leon took all the guards. Damn it, Leon. So maybe that's a trade that can happen between Leon and myself to get me some guard play here. Also, Alex's team, Tiffany Hayes, Tyasha Harris, and Isabel Harrison. That's a solid bench there. Gabby Williams, Shakira Austin, and Laisha Clarendon. Man, those girls were on my team last year on my bench. Bob's just copying me here. Jacob Moses, Stephanie Dolson, Dominique Malunga, and JC Sheldon. I like Stephanie Dolson. I'm not too sure about the other ladies there. Then my team with Tina Charles, Kiki Iriafen, and Rebecca Allen. You know what? Homer. I might be a homer about saying this, but I think I have the best bench in this league. And then I look at Rob, Erica Wheeler, Sammy Whitcomb, and Kayla Thornton. Okay, so maybe Rob and I are fighting for the one and two slots here for the best bench. So, am I gonna win the championship? I don't know. I have very weak guards, but I have very strong forwards. So maybe that's the first thing I'm gonna do on my trade block and just kind of put the carrot on the stick there to for a possible trade. But that's it. Pretty vanilla. Nothing out of the ordinary. As I take a quick glance to see if there was any surprises here. Not really. I mean, the first two rounds are pretty vanilla. I mean, that's chalk. That's the way we drew it up. Azzy McBeggar and Brittany Griner going back to back in the third round to both myself and Rob's team. Ariel Atkins going in the fourth round. I could have sworn I'd been getting her in the fifth round, so I thought I had a chance to get her back. But other than that, not really anything out of the ordinary here. Maybe Cameron Brink in the fifth round. That might have been a little too early. And then Rob goes back to back with Cameron Brink and Camila Cardoso. So there was a game plan going into this draft for him. I had a game plan too, but Rob just decided, no, I'm not waiting until the seventh or eighth round to get my girls. I'm getting them right now. So Good for him on being able to. Oh, I thought I was sharing. My bad, guys. Uh, Good on Rob to kind of make that adjustment as the draft went on. There's Cameron Brink and Camila Cardoso, fifth and sixth round back to back on the from the eighth slot. Um, Courtney Vandersloot going to the sixth round was very surprising, but that she went to Tyler's team, so maybe Tyler's just going with someone that he knows. Sophie Cunningham being there on the seventh round is going to kill me, but I always try to get Sophie Cunningham on my team, and I love her. I love her game. She's just a hard-nosed player and gives zero Fs about everything. Like that kind of teammate, like the Dennis Rodmans of the world, the teammate, the type of player you like to have on your team, but you can't stand when you're playing against her and hurts, and she's out there on the court and she's creating all types of havoc. But she's pretty productive for this type of format too. It's a fantasy points, yeah. For those who don't know, it's a weekly fantasy points league, head to head fantasy points league, weekly lineup sets. But Shakira Austin going in the eighth round. I mean, she has all the talent in the world, I think, but she can't stay healthy. And I don't know. Well, yeah, she can't stay healthy. So the Mystics were kind of forced. The Washington Mystics were kind of forced to limit her how many games she can actually go out there and play, and limit her action and her game time. So that was very frustrating to see last season. Julie Vanloo going in the ninth round. I mean, she was going in the sixth, seventh round in the mock drafts I was doing. So nothing special. I don't think there's anything special about Julie Vanloo. It's just about opportunity. The Valkyries, the expansion team, are gonna need uh some production from anyone, anything. Just make it happen. So Laisha Clarendon, every time you see her, she produces, and then when you get her on her team, she doesn't do anything. But she's listed as a free agent. I mean, she's a pretty darn good player. So I'm surprised that she's still a free agent. So that's kind of murky. But other than that, I mean. Like I said, pretty vanilla. I guess Angel Reese going in the first round was kind of surprising to see. I guess you really can't go wrong, but I'm sorry. For my book, Aaliyah Boston is talent for talent, a much better, well-rounded player than Angel Reese. Yeah. So seeing Angel Reese go in the first round was very shocking, but you see, Rob loves that draft. I mean, if it were up to him, he would have gotten Caitlin Clark too. But Rob got Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and Camila Cardoso on the same team. So basically, he anybody who was drafted in 2024 in the real WNBA draft, Rob was going to be all over it. So, and Paige Bucher's going to the third round. That seems to be about right. But would you say that she's better than Alicia Gray? Maybe not. Better than Ariel Atkins? Maybe. But I honestly believe that Atkins was the more of the safer floor than Paige Bucher's. And Kelsey Mitchell just, she's the second banana on the in the backcourt. And the Fever are usually pretty loaded in the backcourt. I think they also have is it, the name's escaping me. Oh no, well Wheeler got she's done with the Storm, I believe, right? So yeah, Kelsey Mitchell has a chance to be the second banana. Yeah, Erica Wheeler's now with the Storm. So Mitchell has a really good chance. So maybe that could be a safer floor player. Obviously, you get Paige Buchers for the upside, but I don't know. I mean, Arike Ogunmowale is still on that team, and you guys saw that the Wings are pretty loaded at guard as well. Obviously, they want to get the number one pick overall, all the touches and justify it, but it's still Arike Ogunmowale's team over there. So, and I honestly don't know much about Natasha Cloud. I remember Brittany Sykes. I might have had her on my team last year. Courtney Williams is a solid but unspectacular player from that position. But as their third guard, you could do a lot worse. And Dejanay Carrington is more of a defensive player. Chelsea Gray, I'm expecting big things from her this upcoming season. Let me see something here. Because I know Kelsey Plum's not around, but I know that the Las Vegas Aces usually have a lot of depth on their roster. Las Vegas Aces depth chart. Looking it up on the other screen. Yeah, let's try RotoWire, see what they have in store for us. There we are. Here we are. Let's see. Let's share this with the rest of the class, and we'll finish with that. Oh yeah, they got Jewel Lloyd, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young's a forward. Okay, I'm down with that. I always thought that she was sharing backcourt duties, but I'll happily take that. And then Dana Evans is gonna get some play. That yeah. So Chelsea, who were we talking about? I already forgot what we were talking about. Chelsea Gray, right in the fifth round. That's a steal. That's a steal right there for whoever selected her. Who she go to? Alex. Wow. After Dejanay Carrington, that's a steal. Let's look at the Dallas Wings. We were talking about the Dallas Wings. So you got Agumba Wale and Paige Buchers in the backcourt, and Carrington as the first lady off the bench. There's Tyesha Harris as another backcourt, maybe, you know, swing woman, can play both guard and forward. These two, I mean, Carrington and Harris can play both forward and guard. We'll see how that goes. They mentioned Maddie Segrist, and there's Maisha Hines Allen. So they got some names. They got some names over there. And Alyssa Smith. This looks like a much better roster than last year. I can tell you that much. But it still is going to center around Ogunbowale, and everybody's just like reaching for scraps. So not to downplay the other women on those teams, but it is what it is. I mean, Arike is just a superstar. Let's look at the Atlanta Dream. That was another loaded team as well. Yeah, so Jordan Canada is out, as you guys can see, but Ryan Howard is still on the board. Brianna Jones is the second forward listed. Brittany Griner at the number one center. Brianna Jones can play that role as well. Satori Walker Kimbrough. Maybe I should have reached for her, but I didn't. Oh well. But yeah, it's the Alicia Gray show. Ryan Howard and Brittany Griner is going to be climbing up the middle. But hopefully Jordan Canada can play, can contribute for my sake as an. I'm assuming that she would be the off ball guard there. Let's take a look at the Pacers, the Fever. Yeah, there it is. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell at the number one and two, but there's Sophie Cunningham coming off the bench. And there's Natasha Howard as the number one forward. Aaliyah Boston. I think she's more of a power forward than a center, but I'll take her at center too. Screw it. Lexi Hall. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's who I was thinking about. Lexi Hall and Dawana Bonner are like the top three forwards on that team. And Sophie Cunningham can go. Oh, they do list it. Okay, so let me go back to Dallas because I said a lot of things about the wings here. No, so it looks like Carrington and Harris are only listed at guards, but they can go small. They can do a three guard combo with Carrington, Buchers, Ogumbo, Wale, or Harris and into that mix. Damn, I should have been paying attention to this thing. I honestly didn't look at any roster depth charts before the draft, but looking back, maybe I should have go out of my way to look at that. But there's Jalen Brown, the other Jalen Brown, not that Jalen Brown. But yeah, that's a solid team for the Fever. Might as well look at the Sky too. Let's look at all the teams. There's not a lot of teams here. Let's see. Yeah, trying to make this bigger. There it is. Ariel Atkins, Courtney Vandersloot, Kia Nurse. Yeah, so and then they also got Haley Van Lith. Maybe that could be my I better put a claim on her. But unless they don't think that she's gonna play a lot. But man, you don't she was a first round pick. I know that things work a little bit differently in the WNBA, and you still got to deal with Mariah Jefferson, who has proven to be a really good player, a contributor. I just don't know what's holding her back from being 100% trusted in leagues. But there's Elizabeth Williams as the number two center. That's why I don't like her because I don't think she's gonna get the playing time. There's just too many ladies to be giving playing time for the Chicago Sky. The big ladies, big women, Angel Reese, Rebecca Allen, Camila Cardoso, even Michaela Onyenveri. I don't know, but definitely Kia Nurse and Kaylee Van Lith. I don't think CVS. I call her CVS, but Courtney Vandersloot. I don't think she's going to be playing as much as to be mentioned as a number two guard. I think there's going to be a battle, but the big key will be these two girls right here, Kia Nurse and Haley Van Lith, as potential players that can supersede Courtney Vandersloot. Let's look at the new look Connecticut Sun. Yeah, Marina Mabrey, Lindsay Allen, Diamond the Shields is now there. Anissa Morrow. There's Tina Charles, who will be qualified at center, but she can play some power forward, I bet. Other than that, I don't recognize any other names. So this might be a long year for them, or maybe these are names that are in development. I don't know. But yeah, nothing stands out like in years past. The Connecticut Sun don't look like a championship contender team this season. Tiffany Hayes for the this is the Golden State Valkyries. Tiffany Hayes as the number one guard. Kayla Thornton is the number one forward. Some I don't know who this girl is. I'll be honest. Temi Fag Bentley as the number one center. But I have a feeling they're gonna be doing a lot of three guards, two forwards, or three forwards, two guards type of situation. Not have a traditional center out there. We saw Monique Billings' name a lot. Stephanie Talbot. She sounds familiar. I don't remember where I've seen her before. What happens when I click on her name? Well, oh, it doesn't show. Oh yeah, it does. She was with the Sparks last year, the Seattle Storm the previous two seasons before that. She didn't play in 2023. I wonder what happened. Oh, was it an ACL injury? Oh yeah. Since tearing her ACL while playing overseas ahead of the 2023. So she injured her knee while playing overseas, and that's why the 2023 year is empty. But we saw a lot of Veronica Burton when I was researching this. The Veronica Burton was going to get playing time, but there's Julie Van Loo and then Kate Martin, everybody's favorite Hawkeye player outside of Caitlin Clark. So yeah, they got some decent names, but a lot of mystery there with the Valkyries of Golden State. We go to the Sparks now. Kelsey Plum, Ari McDonald, Odyssey Sims is a name to look out for. Maybe I'll pick her up as well. I think she just showed that she can handle the extra playing time. Rakea Jackson, just too many question marks. Azura Stevens, yeah, too many mouths to feed. It's gonna be the Kelsey Plum show. There's Dearica Hamby playing center, but and Cameron Brink is out. I don't know when she'll be back. That's why I was kind of shocked to see Rob picking her so early. But I mean, she's a really good. She contributes in so many other ways. I mean, and the upside's still there despite the fact that she did injure her knee last season. I honestly don't know when she's coming back. When is she coming back? Let's find out. June 1st. So yeah. Boy, oh boy, that sucks. I hope it's sooner rather than later because I really like her. I like her as a player and seems to be just a good overall person from the outside. If you're, I'm not big on narratives like that, but just everything I see about her, she gets it, man. She understands the assignment, so she knows what's up. But yeah, yeah, the Sparks don't seem to have a lot of depth from my vantage point, but yeah, Odyssey Sims is definitely someone I'm gonna be adding to my like my watch list or whatever. There's Kayla McBride, the number one guard for the Minnesota Lynx, Courtney Williams, Natisha Heidemann, and Carly Samuelson. I remember those. I remember Carly Samuelson. That's about right, being the number four guard on that team. Nafisa Collier is the truth, but Bridget Carlton is the number two, and Samuelson can play both the guard and the forward. And Alana Smith, we read about her during the draft. Dorka Juhas is another name I saw a lot of last season, but it looks like what she's overseas. What does OFS stand for? Let me see. Uh, Not related injury. What does that mean? Ooh, and I need to be. I'm not a member of RotoWire. I like their layout though. I'm a big fan. She's been ruled out for the 2025 campaign due to a personal decision. Oh, well, that's sad to see. I mean, I know she's nothing special, but she did show some flashes of productivity the last couple of years. So I guess she's gonna take a break. She's on sabbatical. Oh, Diamond Miller's still on the team, so yeah, I'll be looking out for her as well. We go to the Liberty. I think yeah, they're the defending champions. As always, Ionescu, Stewart, John Kell Jones. I mean, it's the who's who. And then you still got Marina Johans, Natasha Cloud, Alvina Dokic, sorry. It's a lot to like here. Isabel Harrison, that's a name I saw a lot in mock drafts. Rebecca Gardner is a very good depth piece. I don't know if she's gonna make the team, but she's a very good back of the end, back of the bench type of player. We go to the Phoenix Mercury. Copper still around. That's Kalia Copper, by the way. Sammy Whitcomb is a 1-2 punch there at guard. Maybe you'll see some Monique Akoa Makani. Alyssa Thomas, Satu Sabali. at forward and Natasha Mack at center. Solid team, but yeah, nothing really stands out in terms of like depth and things of that nature. The Storm, and this team looks way different than what I'm used to seeing. But there's Ezzy McBeggar, Neka Ogumike is listed as the number one center. Gabby Williams, intriguing forward. Alicia Clark might play some. There's Katie Lou Samuelson. Okay. I didn't realize she was still on the team, but she also has that OFS designation. So does that mean she's gone too? What does that mean? Suffered a torn ACL in her right knee in practice Thursday. This is on May 3rd and will miss the 2025 campaign. That's sad. I like Katie Lou. Oh man, she has the worst luck though. But the Storm still have Skylar Diggins, the Truth, Erica Wheeler. That's a good complimentary piece. Lexi Brown, another complimentary piece. Was she on the Fever last year too? Let me see. Lexi Brown. I think she was. Where's the thing? There it is. Oh, she was with the Sparks. Okay, who am I thinking about? Lexi Hall? Anyway. But yeah, and Zia Cook. Is she a rookie? And Jordan Horson, I know who she is, but yeah, she's had the worst luck. Um, oh, okay, she was with the Sparks the last couple of seasons in very limited time. I thought I knew her from somewhere else. Yeah, but brand new team here for the Storm. But Jordan Horston's still around, but I guess she's gonna be out for the year too. So I think we got one more team and we can call it a night. Thank you guys so much for joining in. And if you are, you know, obviously if you if you're still here, you love the WNBA as much as I do. So Brittany Sykes, Sonia Citron. I don't recognize these other names at guard. I know Stephanie Dolson, Aaliyah Edwards. There's Kiki Iriafen. I didn't realize she was that deep in the at the forward depth chart, but she's a rookie. I think she's gonna get a lot of. I think she's gonna get more playing time than people think she is. I think she's a. Now I'm kind of questioning myself. Is she a rookie? Uh, yeah, these are projections. So, you know, Shakira Austin. I love Shakira Austin, but it's just something's lacking with her. She can't stay healthy, and I just feel like she gets very limited playing time. Yeah, very limited playing time. And last year she was hurt. Actually, the last two seasons she was hurt, but man, when she's on there, 10.7 rebounds a game, almost a block a game too. It's a lot to like there. So we'll be keeping an eye on her. I'm pretty sure she's going to be dropped eventually. I think she got drafted, but I think she's going to be dropped. And that's the list. That is all. So WNBA draft live, and also consider this your preview to the WNBA season. I didn't pick a win or anything like that. Go Sky. I'll be rooting for the Sky. Ignore the Milwaukee Bucks hat. Again, this is something my brother gave me, so I'm just wearing it. So it's basketball related. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Indiana Fever make a run, as that team looks a lot better than last year. Definitely looks like they're gelling better. Dallas Wings look like they might be causing some trouble for some teams this upcoming season. The Atlanta Dream are always in contention, it seems like. The Aces are still, as long as AJ Wilson and that group of players that they got over there, uh, Jackie Young, Jewel Lloyd, Chelsea Gray, that they're going to be a formidable team, and you can't discount the defending champion, the New York Liberty. So, with Sabrina Ionescu, Breanna Stewart, John Kell Jones, that's a dangerous team as well. Anyway, I've been your host, Felipe. Let's call it a night. Hopefully, everybody enjoys this WNBA uh, fireside chat of sorts, and season starts this Friday. Hope everybody looks forward to it like I am. Until then, we'll see you all next time. Have a good one, everybody. This has been the Total Buckets Podcast, women's NBA, WNBA edition. Go Sky.